Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. So I thought we'd try and do a little bit of a quick tour of the yard this morning. I don't think I got one in August, and we're already several days into September here, about a weekend, so I thought I better update you on things because very quickly here in Saskatchewan, Canada, it is going to go from sunshine and growing to frosts and cold and snow. So we're going to start up here with an update. I have not done any deadheading. I really haven't been out in the yard very much lately because it's been so smoky, and I was actually away a lot on holidays, as some of my regular viewers will know, through August. And then when I've been home, it's been too smoky for me to be in the yard a lot of the times. I've just been out grabbing things quick and going back in. So it's not going to be pretty, but it's going to be real. So the first thing I wanted to show you is right behind the dog here. So Buzz, can you move? Move. Yeah. So you might... Over here. Bus. This way. Good dog. So you might remember I had moved some herbs out of my let pot, and this was the rosemary, and many of you said it will not grow like this, and you're right, it didn't. So it went for a little while and then browned off and died. Still trying to figure out rosemary. This is the oregano, and it really isn't looking healthy either. It started out okay, so I don't know if I just let it go and didn't water it enough. I have been away a lot, and I didn't have these on my watering list for the kids when they were watering for me. Right here is some mint, I believe. Oh no, this is the oregano. What's this? That was the mint over there. And then I don't even remember what was this, cumin. And not cumin, cilantro. I don't think cilantro really grows that long anyways, not for me. And I was hoping maybe I could get it to keep going out in the yard long enough to do some salsas with it, but no, I wound up buying cilantro. The cilantro in this pot as well didn't last long enough. It just gets too hot. But I have lots of thyme here. This is the seeds from the cilantro, so I have some cumin, I think it's called now, seeds. And I have sage. The basil's looking pretty tired. And then behind there, I have marigolds and calendula, some lobelia over there. The white over there is lobelia. What is this? It'll come to me, or I'll put it on the screen for you. Everything here, I believe, yeah, everything you see here I grew from seeds, so that's something. So we're gonna do a little bit faster go through most of the rest of the yard, I think, but I'll try and highlight some of the things that I've done in videos this summer so that you can have a look at how things are coming along. I don't know if I actually had this in a video, but this is my planter with begonias. I'll have to be pulling those out soon. This one is a red begonia, and then I have a yellow one over there, and then some impatiens around it. Brawalia. This is a great shade plant. If you're looking for a shade plant that's a little bit different than the standard impatiens, then that's the plant. It fills in really well. So I'll be lifting my begonia soon. If you want to see that, I'll put a video link so you can see how to do that. There's some mint in that corner over there. I think there used to be actually some sort of flowers in with that, but it's turned into just spearmint in a bowl, which is what I expected. My firecracker vine that I planted on that trellis never sprouted or did anything for me, so we'll try again next year. There's the Royal Cascade clematis that I planted this year. It's looking really nice. This planter I was really happy with. I don't think I showed putting my hanging baskets together this year, and it's gotten a little wild now and a little run down, but this is citrosa geranium, so it has that great citronella kind of smell to it, and when I was keeping it trimmed back, it was looking really nice. There's snapdragons in with it, these beautiful calibrachoa. Like, there's so many beautiful things in there, and it was looking really nice. It's gotten a little rangy now. There was lobelia in there, but it's dried out and died off. Here's one of my beautiful hydrangeas. I love these. This is where I planted some pasque-flower, lupins, and milkweed right there. And so far they're doing pretty well, doing quite nice for me. I did put some of those native plants that I picked up on my trip to Winnipeg. This here is, what is it? Low goldenrod. So I have 3, I think, out there. 1, 2, 3 right there. There's some foxglove that's just about to bloom. That's kind of late. This is the turtle's head. This. Oh, look at that spider. Oh, wow. Oh, there it is. Oh, I have some big spiders this year in my garden. So, this is the turtle's head. I love this. The bees love this. The pollinators love it. And apparently, it makes a great place to build a web. Delphinium that I planted this year. Back there. There's a couple back in there. Another hydrangea. These are the red shades Heliopsis. This one has flowered, so you can see how beautiful those flowers are going to be. Planted those bare root in a video. There's 3. There's 1 right there, 1 there, and there's another one peeking in behind. And then I planted the gumweed. That was called. That's another one of those natives that I picked up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more back there. There's the Chesky Gold Dwarf Birch. 1 there, 1 there. And the Summer Sweet in the back is looking good. There's my pole beans. I'm not sure. They're just starting to flower, so we'll see if we get them through to producing anything. But they were a late planting. I had dahlias planted in here. They have not done well. I'm kind of thinking about not doing dahlias next year. Just taking a break from them. Though I really do like this red, what is it called? Orange Crush, I think, or something like that. Orange Dreamsicle, that's what it is. I love that. Here's there's sweet potato vine in there. I haven't dug any of those up yet. There's some baked potato squash. I don't know how many I have. I don't know if you can see that one hiding back in there. I think there is a couple more in there somewhere. And then my eggplants, peppers, and cherry tomatoes. These planters here they just had too much in them. They're not doing much, so I've pretty much just left them for dead, and I'll dig them out here in the next week when I get a chance. I'll see if I have a picture of the little sunflowers that I had there. I had some of those short sunflowers, and they did bloom really nice. Then we went away, and they forgot to get watered, and that was the end of them. This is my Acidanthera. Sword lily, I think, is another name for it. They just bloom late in the season like this. I love them. I don't know if you can see in there, I've had thrips really bad in my yard this year, and they're really doing some damage. So that's peppers in behind this Juliet cherry tree. This is the mashed potato squash, and more sweet potato, and more peppers back there. So there is some squash on here. Can you see those white balls back there? Yeah, there's the mashed potato squash, and there's more in back. A few more back there. Ladybug hitched a ride. I had some volunteer little squash come up in some compost that I had laid out around here, so I'm going to be harvesting those soon just for display. I have no idea what they are, but I just let them grow. Powdery mildew was really bad in my yard, so they're all cut back now and just kind of ripening up to get some nice color. So let's go in the garden real quick, and then we'll do some more flowers back here. Oh, here's the planters on my shed that I've just been loving. This one's looking a little tired. Like I said, the thrips have been in here, and it's the end of the season. Things are getting tired, but I really enjoyed these while they were going. They have bunny-tails grass. They have dahlias that didn't really do anything, but the petunia, I think it's a shockwave pink, deep pink, and margarita sweet potato vine, and there was a little bit of scaviola, I think, in there, purple scaviola that you can just barely see peeking out. That's my seedless pumpkin there, hullless pumpkin. So I can't wait to try that. Never had those before. Some zinnias. I've pulled out my black turtle beans, so a few seem to have come up. I must have had some seeds drop a while ago. I have had some sort of a vole in here. Oh, I don't know if you saw that butterfly just come out of there. I have potatoes that I need to come out, and there's more in these bags here. And there's some more beans. I think those are yellow wax beans. I can't remember in there. I picked a few cucumbers the other day and made just some quick pickles from the fridge. I have more bags of potatoes here that need to be dumped. We'll see what happened with those. I pulled my corn out the other day. Didn't get much off my corn. I'm not a big fan of corn, thinking about getting rid of it. But if you remember, I had Lena's pole beans growing on those, and I did find a few ripe beans that I've saved seed from, and there's a few more plants still going with some beans on them, so I should get a few more ripe beans, so I should get enough to plant next year and get a better crop. My broccoli, I need to come out and harvest this broccoli, and I have some cauliflower. I think this cheddar just, yeah, I just need to take this out. I think it just got too hot while it was developing, and it just blew on me. It doesn't look very good. And the same with this. I'm not sure what variety that is. Snowball maybe. Doesn't look that good. Let's see what's in here. That one looks like it might be all right. And there's a graffiti or something purple. I can't remember. I think it was a different variety than graffiti. I don't think I could get graffiti this year, but I'll have to look up the variety. But there's a purple one back there looking all right. Oh, there's one in here I didn't even know was here. Oh, I might be able to harvest that. Like I said, I haven't been out here much. Tomatoes are doing really well. Made some salsa, I've made some sauces, just been eating them fresh. And it looks like I have enough to be picking to make some more salsa maybe again here. Back here is my autumn frost squash, and I was starting to think I wasn't going to get any, but you can see some varying stages of ripeness there, so there's at least a couple there. And it looks like a ripe one back there, but you can see the powdery mildew is just all over my plants. There's another dark green one in there. Can you see it? So yeah, I'm just kind of leaving my squash now. I pulled out a Brussels sprouts plant that had just completely blew, and I think this one, I don't know, there's maybe, I could maybe get a couple. Oh, you can't see through the celery, sorry. Maybe get a couple off there, but it's not going to be much of anything, and the worms are in them so bad I'm not sure it'll be worth it. I've been enjoying my celery this year. I've been having lots. Can't even tell, but I have been picking off it and eating it. I mentioned in a video a while ago, I pulled up all my beets a week and a half ago maybe. They were just tops, something, I have a vole or something in here, and it had eaten all the bottoms of all my beets. 2 beds of beets, not full beds, but 2 different areas, and it's just gone. But my parsnips so far look like they're unaffected from that little creature, so that's good. And see if you can see in here, I just planted this up there, what was it, last week? Week before maybe, and this is where I had potatoes, and I thought I'll just do some greens. Hopefully you can see they are coming up. There's some different lettuces and spinach. I don't know if there's any, I did try to do a few like cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, just in case we get an extended autumn. Sometimes we do. I don't have a lot coming up from those. There's some tiny little guys coming up. And I'd planted nasturtiums in the spring, and they hadn't done much with the potatoes and that in the way, but now they seem to be coming up, so some nasturtiums in there. So now we'll go over, have a look at the cut flower area. So here's my kind of cut flower type area that I put in 2 springs ago, and I've enjoyed it this year, but it's been so smoky and I've been away so much, I really haven't done as many bouquets as I usually do. And we have had thrips really bad in the garden here. And so I just haven't wanted to be giving away as many bouquets as I normally would. But it's still been really nice to look at and enjoy that way. I have some paper flowers here. I have these cosmos are beautiful. I had some some monarch butterfly caterpillars on my milkweed earlier. I never saw the chrysalis or the butterflies hatch, so hopefully they did, and I just missed it. There's a big bee by me here. I've had hummingbirds in here the last month. They're usually here for kind of the middle of August, middle of September around here for me in my yard. But it's been nice to see. I have some beautiful, those sunset flamingo, I think they're called flamingo at sunset asters. I really enjoyed those. I need to make sure I plant those again for next year. And my clematis that's not a twining clematis looks like it's settled in really nice. We can have a look at that. So here's that Arabella clematis that I put in, non-twining, so I'll have to keep coming in with supports if I want to keep it on this trellis and tying it to the trellis. It did bloom for me and it was very pretty. I was happy with that. It's kind of a disaster back in there, but it's so shady. I need to figure out good plants for back in the shade there. Bees are enjoying the flowers this morning. Zinnia's still going like crazy. Here's those flamingo at sunset asters. I love these. These are beautiful. Highly recommend them. And they have a good vase life too. You can't tell that I have been cutting them, but I've left them the last little while and just been enjoying them in the yard. There's the, right there is the Annabelle hydrangea that I planted last fall. And it's done pretty well in that spot there. It's been pretty happy. I had glads in here, so they're done and they need to be lifted if I want to keep them for next year. I guess there's a couple still blooming there. And I think some of these sunflowers just volunteered here, but aren't they beautiful? These planters, these pots along here, I've seen better days. Someone asked me, I've had a few people ask me if the cabbage moths get at the flowering cabbage and kale, and I hadn't seen an issue with it last year, but this year they've just decimated them. I need to cut them out. I actually took out of the center pot here. I took it out a while ago. Status. Here's some of the hostas I put in a couple of summers ago. I had a big order from Costco, and I have tags and a marker, and I keep planning to label all of these so I can remember what they are. But most of them have done well. There was supposed to be another one way in the back, and it's gone. And I'm not sure what's happening with that one there. It's really yellowed off the last month. If it's just the weather or what's going on there, I don't know. Here's a few more of those hostas. I think this one's called avocado. Oh, I put some more of those native plants that I put in, that I purchased. So this, right here, Heartleaf Alexander, we're right behind the dog here, right there. And then I have some purple prairie clover in a few spots there. There's some green needlegrass right there. That is the blue-eyed grass over there. And I put a couple more green needlegrass. You can see those pink tags there. They like a damp spot, and that is a more damp spot in my yard, and where the rain barrels overflow as well, and the water kind of goes to that corner. I don't know if they'll get enough sun there, but I thought I'd give them a try. And you just got to see this rose. I think this is a Centennial Morden rose. It's kind of at the end, but still going for it. There's another, I believe that's another hosta from that hosta order I had. Hydrangea. It's a raspberry swirl or raspberry sundae hosta back in there. Brunner, I can't remember the variety. Lots of great things in here. My ferns have really just not enjoyed this summer back there. It's the worst they've ever looked. Another Brunner over there. These planters, the salpiglosa needs to just come out. This is more of that margarita vine that I grew from a tuber I'd saved. I replaced the, I think I've shown these before, and they had some flowering cabbage in them, but I replaced it. It was just getting really ugly looking, destroyed by the worms and falling over. And so I picked these up on sale in August or late July. So I put some begonias in here. I thought I'd pick them up on sale and then I should be able to winter them over. So, but yeah, the salpiglosis needs to come out. It's looking awful. This begonia may have got missed on the old watering schedule yesterday. So yeah, we'll see. They're not looking the greatest. Still have those lights from Quintus on there. I really like them. There's a little mouse ears hosta down there. Nice little hosta for tucking in spaces. So here's that Arabella clematis that I put in, non-twining, so I'll have to keep coming in with supports if I want to keep it on this trellis and tying it to the trellis. It did bloom for me and it was very pretty. I was happy with that. It's kind of a disaster back in there, but it's so shady. I need to figure out good plants for back in the shade there. Bees are enjoying the flowers this morning. Zinnia's still going like crazy. Here's those flamingo at sunset asters. I love these. These are beautiful. Highly recommend them. And they have a good vase life too. You can't tell that I have been cutting them, but I've left them the last little while and just been enjoying them in the yard. There's the, right there is the Annabelle hydrangea that I planted last fall. And it's done pretty well in that spot there. It's been pretty happy. I had glads in here, so they're done and they need to be lifted if I want to keep them for next year. I guess there's a couple still blooming there. These, I'll have to look up the name, but these were another shorter variety of, I don't think these are teddy bear, but of a sunflower there. They're not as showy as some, but they maybe weren't getting as much water as they needed either. I haven't been watering. And I think some of these sunflowers just volunteered here, but aren't they beautiful? These planters, these pots along here, have seen better days. Someone asked me, I've had a few people ask me if the cabbage moths get at the flowering cabbage and kale, and I hadn't seen an issue with it last year, but this year they've just decimated them. I need to cut them out. I actually took out of the center pot here. I took it out a while ago. Status. Here's some of the hostas I put in a couple of summers ago. I had a big order from Costco, and I have tags and a marker, and I keep planning to label all of these so I can remember what they are. But most of them have done well. There was supposed to be another one way in the back, and it's gone. And I'm not sure what's happening with that one there. It's really yellowed off the last month. If it's just the weather or what's going on there, I don't know. Here's a few more of those hostas. I think this one's called avocado. Oh, I put some more of those native plants that I put in, that I purchased. So this, right here, Heartleaf Alexander, we're right behind the dog here, right there. And then I have some purple prairie clover in a few spots there. There's some green needlegrass right there. That is the blue-eyed grass over there. And I put a couple more green needlegrass. You can see those pink tags there. They like a damp spot, and that is a more damp spot in my yard, and where the rain barrels overflow as well, and the water kind of goes to that corner. I don't know if they'll get enough sun there, but I thought I'd give them a try. And you just got to see this rose. think this is a Centennial Morden rose. It's kind of at the end, but still going for it. There's another, I believe that's another hosta from that hosta order I had. Hydrangea. It's a raspberry swirl or raspberry sundae hosta back in there. Brunner, I can't remember the variety. Lots of great things in here. My ferns have really just not enjoyed this summer back there. It's the worst they've ever looked. Another Brunner over there. These planters, the Salpiglosa needs to just come out. This is more of that margarita vine that I grew from a tuber I'd saved. I replaced the, I think I've shown these before, and they had some flowering cabbage in them, but I replaced it. It was just getting really ugly looking, destroyed by the worms and falling over. And so I picked these up on sale in August or late July. So I put some begonias in here. I thought I'd pick them up on sale and then I should be able to winter them over. So, but yeah, the Salpiglosis needs to come out. It's looking awful. This begonia may have gotten missed on the old watering schedule yesterday. So yeah, we'll see. They're not looking the greatest. Still have those lights from Quintus on there. I really like them. There's a little mouse ears hosta down there. Nice little hosta for tucking in spaces. So we'll go have a quick look at the front yard, and then I need to get in. I need to get to some meetings this morning. That's another hosta from that hosta order from Costco a few years ago. Again, I can't remember all the names of all those hostas. And here's the front yard. I think these are like blueberry muffin or something like that. I have a yucca right there. That's a yucca plant. Here's my front door planters, and I just remembered the other day I have a heuchera in here, so I need to get that out and get it planted if it has any chance of surviving, and I'd like to take some cuttings of the coleus. So I need to do that soon before we get frost. So if you recall, I did a big project in here this year, planting more of this carpet thyme. So it might look like I have weeds all through this gravel, but it's actually all the little carpet thyme plugs that I grew from seed and put in. And I'm pretty sure every single one took. They're doing really well. And in my opinion, they look better than the chunks of thyme that I cut off of the existing thyme and tried to move over. Though we'll see, thyme may say differently, but so I've added a lot of plants, native plants, to some of these beds this year in different videos, and I won't go over all of them with you, but some I don't think you saw me actually plant. So there's more low goldenrod that I picked up on my trip to Manitoba. So those little yellow tags there. This is more purple prairie clover there, and one there. The other plants that I popped in here this spring that I grew from seed are looking pretty good, and everything else is doing well, so hopefully it all overwinters. I do need to come in and cut off some seed heads here so we don't get things spreading around too much. And across the way here I have some false indigo that I put in this spring right back there, and it kind of wraps around this whole bed. And then I added some heartleaf Alexander. I think there's 4 heartleaf Alexander kind of along that empty spot at the back there that I just picked up little tiny plugs last month. So they're just in there now. And everything else is the same as what we had in there this spring. So you might remember this spring I also put in some little blue stem grasses. And I put them in the front corners of my yard. And the little blue stem, there's one there, one way over there, one right here. They've taken really well. And then last month I added the June grass that I picked up from my trip to Manitoba. This is the southwest corner, so let's go over to the southeast corner and we'll have a look over there and see. I have more more of the little blue stem, and then I think it's the green needlegrass. We'll go double check that one. So you can see the little blue stem here has really taken off in this corner of the yard. It's just a little bit of different lighting, a little bit of different water in this side, and obviously it's a little bit happier here. It is green needlegrass that I have here, so they're just really small little tufts. I don't even know if you'll be able to see them here. There's one there, and one right here. So hopefully they take just as well as the little blue stem, and we'll have a nice little clump of grass here. It looks really weedy here right now, but there is wild strawberry and pussy toes in this area for the most part. And I think the more I keep working on this, the less weedy and more intentional it will look. So I hope you've enjoyed this very quick, very real walkthrough of what my yard is looking like at the beginning of September. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.